Hello, good afternoon everyone. It's Sue from Paper Drake. Now I've got the filming bug back. I thought I'd show you another one of the journals I made whilst I was in the process of moving from one place to another. It is one that is similar in some ways to ones that I often make, living in Cornwall right by the sea. It's natural to just do things that reflect where we are, and so this one, it's a hardback cover, and I've painted it and gilded it. I've put some corner protectors on, which are quite ornate, and this little bit of netting. It's lace, but I thought it looked like netting, and a little mermaid's tail charm there. It has some other charms inside. There's another tail of a mermaid, and another one of those fish scaly ones, a little green heart and pearl. There are a couple more in there, but I've included them within the journal. One thing that I've done this time that I haven't done before is that instead of just using tea or coffee dyed paper, I've dyed the papers with a mixture of acrylics and inks, and I've tried to cascade the colours so that we go from a pale green through to a light blue, a darker blue, and then down to a rich dark blue that has little bits of purple pushed through, and I think the effect has been quite successful, and I shall certainly want to try this technique again. So the front cover, as you can see, has been stenciled with birds flying up from the ocean in the ocean spray, and the journal itself is kind of sea themed, I suppose, mermaids and shells, that kind of thing. So without further ado, I'll just show you the inside. So here, to begin with, I've got a little pocket and a sort of seascape view there, a little bag, a couple of tags with some words on there, and then this was a bit of ivy from a walk along the cliff paths, and it has, if I put it up the right way, it says an inspiration to the simple life. So just tuck those away, and then we'll go to the next page, and there's another little tag there with some stenciling behind and on top. You could put a photograph in there, so I'll just tuck that in to fill the gap for now. This is a card which has been produced in Cornwall, and it's just of all the different kinds of seaweeds, and they're very beautiful. Some coffee dyed paper throughout, and the first little thing here is a floating pocket, and as you can see, I hope you can see, there's another little pocket on top of that that's sewn in with some nice little bits and pieces. This here is a specimen that I picked and pressed from Gunwallow, where they are filming part of Poldark. That was an interesting visit. It's a beautiful place and is full of flowers and rocks and cliffs, and is well worth a visit. So now we're going into a more greeny, yellowy green. There's some extra papers here that you can use to tear or write on. And then there are some sea plants there that are illustrated. There's a lady bathing, some stamping. Here's another floating pocket which has some Tim Holtz figures, stamps and a bookmark, and there's a little mermaid's tail there holding it in, and there is another mermaid here that you can use as a charm and put that just wherever you want to. Another pocket there. Lots of writing space in this journal. Lots of places to put all the things that I've included in the floating pockets. Here is a piece out of a card, what did they used to use them for? Cigarette cards. And it's all about ships of the sea. So I've included that as a whole page, double page there. Some more stamping. Another sample of the seaweed. This was a piece of eco-dyed paper. It's very thick, it's more like a card really. I think it was £300 weight artist watercolour paper, and I've done some stamping on that, and I think it helps it to look like it's under the sea. More journaling space, spaces to stick things. It's a page out of the Water Babies, which has beautiful illustrations, a bookmark. This is a piece of, I think it's from Rebecca. I've gessoed one side and stuck some decoupage with a sea theme on the other. More stamping. This is a little booklet made from those note cards, so you could actually, because it's loose, you could reuse the card. And there's just a few bits of ephemera and found things, which I thought you might find interesting. I've really enjoyed doing this journal. I like the sea theme. It has lots of scope for beautiful things. Here's a larger floating pocket, and this has quite a number of things in it, as you can see. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera in my temporary setup. It has some more ships. There's quite a lot of these little cards that you could reuse in a journal. It has some more coffee dyed paper and a little card there with a sea theme. It has a beautiful picture of a young girl there. I can get them all back in. And then it has some more Tim Holtz figures, a little charm with a feather on it, and another one of those mermaid's tails, a little silk that you got in the packets years ago of cigarettes or tea, something like that, a stamp with a nautical theme, and these are some rose petals from the garden which I've dried, and then a postcard there of Land's End, well, of the rocks at Land's End. That's a nice old vintage one. Some lovely colours in this as we go deeper into the depths of the sea. Some more of that dyeing. Another little bookmark, and then a page from Rebecca. Whimsical little mermaid there, and then as we get to the end we finish off with an Ex Libris card, which I've left loose for you to put wherever you would like, and there's a nice little tuck spot there where you can put notes or samples. Inside, I just forgot to say, that's a nice bit of vintage corduroy fabric which gives real strength to the journal spine, and well, I hope you like it. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 signatures in all, and as I say, I really enjoyed making it, and doing all that work on the papers I think has paid off. I'm quite pleased with the results, and I hope you are too. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.